My name is Dylan Campbell, and I review movies on YouTube. My background consists of many posters that are considered my favorite movies of all time, and I use white Dixon goop, not blue goop, because blue goop rips the paint off your walls. I collect Batman and Han Solo action figures, Iron Man masks, Bane masks, Batman masks, and deodorant that's stocking stuffers for Christmas. I have a cardboard cutout Batman that protects my room with all my posters and Blu-rays in my basement. I have a precision hair trimmer because you need to trim your facial hair the right way. Blu-rays are an obsession of my life. The Bond, Batman collection, and Drive are some of my favorite Blu-rays of all time. I take whey protein because whey protein helps build muscles, and Gatorade I use to hydrate when ellipticizing. I don't think I do it right because I haven't lost any weight really. I lift weights, mostly just for the arms, because I have no idea how else to lift weights. I can do 45 reps now. The walls of my basement are covered with posters I get from my movie theater where I work. They're some of my favorite movies of all time, and The Change-Up. In my corner, I play some of my favorite video games of all time, including the Batman Arkham series and Grand Theft Auto. I also keep all my Blu-rays, as I mentioned here. They keep me alive and sane. Every morning and night, I shower myself with Axe body sprays to smell like a douchebag and Irish Spring. I only use hair waxes and creams. I don't use gel because gel dries out your scalp and makes you look stupid. Sometimes it may take up to 5 to 10 minutes to do my hair, but as long as it looks perfect, it doesn't bother me one bit. There's an idea of a Dylan Campbell, some kind of abstraction, but there's no real me. And though I can hide my cold gaze, you can shake my hand and feel flesh, and maybe even think that our lifestyles are probably comparable. I simply am not there.
My name's Dylan Campbell, and I review movies. But you already heard that whole thing. That was a nice tribute to the opening of American Psycho, where he does the same thing, if not better and more catchy. Ah yes, finally here, American Psycho. I talked about this last year around Christmas. This is one of the Christmas present reviews to myself, almost more than my subscribers. If you like the movie, maybe you're excited to hear me talk about it and review it. If not, hopefully you're watching it and enjoy it anyway. But I'm going to enjoy talking about this, because this is like in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. I love this movie. You know, I always say that a lot recently. With The Iron Giant I said that, and Drive I said that. I need to do my favorite movies of all time. That should be a new video. And as I say that, I think to myself, Dylan, you already got like 30 videos you already said you'd do. Don't put any more in your brain, because then you're going to have to punch yourself in the face 50 times when you try to do them all in a month. American Psycho stars Christian Bale and is directed by Mary Harron. It takes place in the 80s. Christian Bale is like a Wall Street business type, but at night he fulfills his urges to murder people. And he's a sick serial killer that'll chop up a homeless person, hookers with a chainsaw, he'll step on a dog. I mean, he's an evil, sick person that just does it to satisfy something inside him. And he's a monster, but you love him in the end for it. And that's just the crux of the story. It's a character study of a Wall Street businessman who is a real psycho. Christian Bale in this movie is an acting force. Did this guy not win an Oscar for it? Why not? He should have, really, at least nominated, because this is such a great performance that's stuck around. This movie and performance has stuck around and stayed in people's heads where, like, you say Christian Bale, yes, Batman. What's the second thing? American Psycho, because that's just, it's such a dynamic performance, and it's such a great horror comedy. Yes, it's more of a comedy. It's a dark comedy, not exactly yuck yucks with Adam Sandler, even though those aren't funny anymore. But it is. It's a dark comedy. Some people might have a different sensibility and think, oh, it's just horror and it's terrifying. Okay, I think it's hilarious. Christian Bale's performance in this is so good, because you might think he's being so over the top with him talking like Jared Leto, going like, do you like Huey Lewis and the News? This is For, their #1 album of all time. It's an undisputed masterpiece. And you might be thinking, what's this is so over the top. Hey, Paul! That sounds more like Nicolas Cage. Can you imagine this movie with Nicolas Cage? Oh my god. This would have been the best movie ever for a different reason. It would have been like Wicker Man level, just unintentional comedy. But it's comedic and it's for a purpose. But Christian Bale, like when he's in psycho mode and murdering people and stuff, it's awesome. I love it. Chasing a hooker down his apartment building hallway naked with nothing but some Nikes, carrying a chainsaw. That's like the best scene in the whole movie. And the other actors in this movie, yeah, Reese Witherspoon shows up for a little bit. Willem Dafoe is the cop. Jared Leto. Paul Allen. So there's some other actors, but it's the Christian Bale show. This movie's all about him. It's all about Patrick Bateman, the awesome guy that loves to kill people. But yeah, you see, the importance of this movie is that it's not just a horror movie. It's a comedy, and a damn good one. And people don't understand the merits of the movie, but if you listen to the message in the movie, you'll get it, and it makes sense, and it needs to be appreciated by more and more people. Hey, Paul! I swung it very slow because I don't want this thing to actually fly off and hit the camera. Look at it. It's wobbly. This is a rotted out axe. It's because I killed so many people with it. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Yes, I am. The writing of this is just so fun. Every line that Patrick Bateman speaks is awesome. Every quote of his, I like to say in everyday time. The direction of this movie, so good. This movie's directed with utter brilliance. They take it completely serious and play up the comedy when needed to. But like when he's in the psycho mode like I talked about, it's actually like kind of frightening if it's not trying to be funny. But if it's trying to be funny, you're going to laugh out loud. Christian Bale's performance in this, I keep going back to that because that's the thing that lasts with you. So perfect as it's just overly nice guy. I'm Patrick Bateman from Wall Street. The scene where he's like, new card, and then they're all just sitting there and just losing it. They feel emasculated because someone has a better business card, and then Patrick Bateman's narration.
Look at the subtle off-white coloring, the tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god, it even has a watermark.
I love this movie's clever way to kind of satirize that 80s greed and commercialism, where like Christian Bale's just going on and on about useless crap, like all the different shampoos and face creams he puts on and uses. Like no one would care really, but he's like so passionate about it. It's really funny. He's consumed by such useless and little things, such as like his car. That stuff is just genius in the movie. I love this movie to death. A+ for American Psycho. So if you like my review of American Psycho, you can go ahead and click like or subscribe to my channel. Comment below, tell me what you thought of the movie if you've seen it. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time when I review Fight Club. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to go return some videotapes.